from the gate is to eliminate a variable. Okay? What are you doing? Go, I will get you a pencil. Why would you hobble all the way up here? You can break your other leg. Okay, so if we look at these variables and we want something to cancel, which means we need two of the numbers to be the same number, and one needs to be a plus and one needs to be a minus. Because if you think about it, if I have plus 9 and a minus 9, and we add those together or we put them together, you really get 0, meaning that that canceled. So if I have a plus 9x and a minus 9x, that gives me 0x, and we just write 0. We don't really write 0x. Okay, and so it cancels, and there's nothing left there. And so that's the whole goal with elimination, is to eliminate a variable. Okay, and so if we look at these are set up so where intentionally where you only need to multiply one equation. So we have a 3 and a 1, or a 9 and an 18. So which one do you want to multiply by? Okay, well these ones are both bigger, so we have to multiply the bottom one. Okay, do we want to get that to a 3 or to a 9? What is your preference?
9, the y.
You want to do the y's. Okay, so we can 9 times what would give me 18? 2. So that means I need to multiply this whole entire thing by 2. Okay, and so I'm going to write my top equation down again, because that's not really, it's not going to change. 18y equals 6. Okay, and then the bottom equation, we multiply everything. Okay, and so some people get confused because they forgot to multiply by that equals, so that's why I put the parentheses around the entire thing. Okay, you cannot multiply by just the x's and the y's. So 2 times 1 is going to give me 2x. 2 times negative 9 is going to give me negative 18y. And then 2 times negative 2 is going to give me 4. Negative 4. Okay, and so now we can add these equations together. Okay, we can add them both together, and I got a negative 3x plus a 2x is going to give me a negative 1x. Okay, negative or positive 18y plus a negative 18y is going to give me what? Nothing. Okay, they're going to cancel. Okay, or to 0. Okay, and then I can add this bottom part together. So positive 6 plus a negative 4 is going to give me 2. Okay, and so we're trying to solve for x on this time around. So I can divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. So I'm going to have x equals negative 2. Okay, so we've solved for x. Okay, and now we can plug it back in. And you can plug it in whatever equation you want to. Okay, it does not really matter, but you want to use the original one. So don't use one of your scalar ones just because it's kind of more work. But you can. It's not going to hurt anything. So pick one of the equations and we'll plug it back in. Which one do you want to use? You want to use the bottom one? Okay, so I got x minus 9y equals negative 2. And what are we plugging in for x? Negative 2. So right here, I'm going to put a negative 2 minus 9y equals negative 2. Okay, and we already know what x is, so this time we're solving for y. Okay, so I'm going to add 2 to both sides. Add 2. So I got negative 9y equals 0. Okay, and then what's our last step? Divide. So we're going to divide by negative 9. Divide by negative 9. So I got y equals 0. Okay, and so now we have both of them solved. We have our x and y solved, and you're gonna write it as coordinates just like you did yesterday. So x is -2, and my y is 0. Okay, go to number 3. Okay, I want you to look at the two equations and say, well, what can we multiply one of them by to get them to be the same numbers? 2 by 6? 2 by 2? Okay, why would you multiply 2 by 2? Yeah, so she wants to get this one to be 4. So 2 times what would give me 4? 2. Okay, well, what if I was trying to cancel the y's? 2 times what would give me 6? 3. Okay, so either one you pick is okay. Okay, so we can do times 2. We can multiply this whole top one times 2. So 2 times 2 is going to give me 4x. 2 times 2 is going to give me 4y. 2 times -6 is going to give me -12. Are we changing anything with the second equation? Okay, so we can drop that one down. We can write it down. So -4x minus 6y equals 8. Okay, and then what do? We add them together. Okay, so draw a big line and you're going to add them together. Okay, well, 4 plus -4 is what? 0, and that's what we should get. Okay, so these cancel. 4 plus -6, -2y equals -12 plus 8, -4. Then what? Divide by -2. Divide by -2. So I got y equals 2. Okay, what do we do with that? We do replace it. Okay, you're going to plug it back into one of the equations. So pick one. You want to use equation 1 or equation 2? 2? Okay, so I got -4x minus 6y equals 8. Okay, if you pick equation 1, that's okay. All of your math should work out to where you get the same answer either way. Okay? And instead of y, what is my y? Yeah, okay, and you need to use parentheses wherever the letters are at, okay? That way you know to multiply. Okay, so -6 times 2 is going to be -12. So I got -4x plus 12 equals 8. What would our next step be? Add 12 to both sides. So I got -4x equals 20. And then divide. X equals -5. Are we finished?
No. Yeah, for that part.
We need to put them in the coordinates, okay? So, but yes, we kind of are. -5, 2.